Welcome to Victory Motivation, winning mindset channel where mental strength fuels your success and struggles are turned into comebacks. Sit back and relax, like, share, and hit the subscribe button to join our winning community. In the last video, we talked about the silent war within and what makes a winner's mind different. If you haven't seen it yet, pause this one and go watch it. I'll leave the link in the description. It lays the foundation for everything we're about to unlock next. Because today, we go deeper into the psychology of winning under pressure and the daily training routine of a strong mind. This is where mindset stops being theory and becomes muscle, where focus is tested, emotions are trained, and discipline becomes instinct. Welcome back once again. This isn't hype, it's training for the mind. Every second you're here, you sharpen the weapon that decides everything, your focus. Let's begin. The psychology of winning under pressure. When the defining moment arrives, the interview that could change your life, the final shot that decides a legacy, the business deal that carries your future, the difference between breaking down and breaking through is rarely talent, it's mindset, it's not luck, it's not even preparation in the traditional sense. It's how the mind has been trained to behave when the world tightens around it. Pressure doesn't create weakness, it reveals conditioning, and most people, without realizing, condition their minds to panic. They rehearse fear every day without knowing it. They imagine what could go wrong. They relive mistakes. They scroll through failure. And then, when life calls for composure, their mind delivers the only script it knows: collapse. But a winner's mind is different. It's not built overnight. It's not built by reading quotes or chanting affirmations. It's forged in silence through deliberate mental conditioning, the science of calm in chaos. Psychologists call this ability resilience under cognitive load, the art of staying clear when stress floods the system. In one groundbreaking study on elite martial arts athletes, those who practiced mental imagery, vividly visualizing stressful scenarios and rehearsing their responses, showed significantly higher self-regulation, faster recovery after mistakes, and improved attention control. PMC Journal Sports Psychology Review. Another set of experiments on guided visualization found that it reduced cortisol levels and improved perceived control during competition. University of Maryland Medical System, Health Research Archive. What does that mean in real life? It means winners don't wait for pressure to train their minds. They train for pressure itself. They simulate chaos in their imagination until chaos becomes familiar. And when the real storm arrives, their brain recognizes it. Their breathing stabilizes. Their decisions sharpen. Fear reframed as fuel. Here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Winners still feel fear. They just don't name it the same way. To the average person, fear is the signal to stop. To the winner, fear is the signal to focus. They don't escape pressure, they reframe it. Picture an Olympic swimmer standing on the blocks. The arena hums with energy, cameras flash, her heartbeat is a drum inside her ears. But inside her mind, she's calm, because she's already been here. She's rehearsed this moment thousands of times. The water's resistance, the rhythm of her breath, even the sting of failure. She's seen the worst happen in her imagination and still seen herself rise. That's not superstition, that's neuroscience. When you visualize an action vividly and repeatedly, your brain fires many of the same neural pathways as if you were performing it physically. Frontiers in Human Neuroscience 2018. The brain can't fully tell the difference between real and imagined repetition. So she's trained her brain to win before the race even begins. The soldier's mind. Now imagine a soldier stepping into a war zone. Every sense on high alert. One wrong step could end everything. Most people would freeze, their minds overloaded by threat and uncertainty. But elite soldiers spend months conditioning for this. They undergo stress inoculation training, rehearsing high-pressure simulations until their nervous system adapts to chaos. When real danger arrives, they operate on clarity, not adrenaline. They see, think, decide calmly. Half their reaction time isn't physical reflex, it's mental discipline. They've taught their brains to slow down time. That's not instinct, that's programmed awareness. And that's what separates reaction from response. The CEO under fire. Now take the business leader who watches the market collapse overnight. Billions in value evaporate. The team panics. Headlines scream. The average person? They freeze. But a trained mind? It pauses, not in fear, but in focus. It asks, what's the data? What's the signal beneath the noise? That single pause is the difference between destruction and reinvention. Because clarity under fire is not a gift. It's a skill built through deliberate exposure to discomfort. Rewiring the brain under pressure. Your brain was never designed for calm. It evolved for survival, to spot threat, to react, to protect. So when you face modern pressure, deadlines, failures, expectations, your mind treats them like predators. Adrenaline surges, focus narrows, fear hijacks logic. But here's what neuroscience shows. Repeated exposure to controlled stress through visualization, breathwork, mindfulness, and reframing rewires your brain's threat response. Studies in both athletic and military psychology reveal that mental imagery and attention training reduce anxiety, protect working memory, and preserve decision-making accuracy under pressure. PMC Cognitive Performance Studies, 2022. That's the architecture of a winner's mind. It's not about removing fear, it's about using fear as feedback. Reframing, the core habit of a winner. When something goes wrong, the average mind asks, why is this happening to me? But the winner's mind asks, what is this teaching me? That single question flips the entire mental script. It turns pressure into purpose, failure into feedback, pain into progress. And when you train your brain to respond that way, consistently, pressure stops feeling like punishment. It becomes practice. Because under pressure, there are only two roles you can play. You can be the victim or the commander. The event doesn't decide that. Your mindset does. Everyday pressure is training. Maybe you're not in a war zone or an Olympic final, but every day gives you a battlefield. The inbox, the deadlines, the expectations, the exhaustion. Every time you choose clarity over panic, you're doing mental reps. Every time you breathe before reacting, you're building control. Every time you reframe stress as training, you're building endurance. Pressure is not punishment, it's preparation. The strongest minds in the world, the ones who stay calm when everyone else loses control, didn't escape the fire. They walked through it repeatedly. Until fire no longer burned, it forged. So when the next wave hits, when fear rises, when things fall apart, don't wish it away. See it for what it is, the gym where your resilience grows. Because the psychology of winning under pressure is simple. Winners don't survive chaos, they train in it. They learn from it. They become one with it. And when pressure hits them again, they don't flinch. They respond. The daily training routine of a strong mind. Before they conquer their goals, they conquer their mornings. Every great mind you've ever admired, from Marcus Aurelius to Kobe Bryant, from Admiral William McRaven to Jocko Willink, understood one timeless truth. Discipline begins before the world wakes up. While most people hit snooze, scroll, and drift, winners sharpen their minds. Because the first hour of your day doesn't just set your schedule, it sets your psychology. Let's go back to the quiet moments no one sees. The alarm rings at 4:30 a.m. The room is still dark. The body resists. The brain whispers, "You deserve rest." But this is where the real training begins. The battle between comfort and commitment. Kobe Bryant once said he trained not just for the hours on the court, but for the hours when everyone else was sleeping. Because resting when others work meant falling behind in unseen ways. That's not just physical discipline. That's mental conditioning. The strongest minds are built through invisible rituals. Not grand gestures, not motivational speeches, but the quiet, repetitive choices that no one claps for. 1. Silence. Every morning, before noise floods your life, silence is your first teacher. You sit, you breathe, you listen. That silence is where self-command begins. Modern neuroscience calls this mindful activation. Studies from Harvard and Stanford show that just 5 minutes of mindful reflection decreases cortisol levels, restores focus, and rewires your emotional regulation pathways. In short, it teaches your brain how to stay calm before the world gives it a reason to panic. Winners know silence is not the absence of sound, it's the presence of control. 2. Reflection. Then comes reflection. Not the vague kind, the strategic kind. Winners ask powerful questions before they step into the day. What truly matters today? What do I need to execute on, no matter what? What emotion do I want to carry into my work? Because the mind that reflects early corrects early. Journaling isn't about writing pretty words. It's about programming your brain. Research from UCLA's Mindful Awareness Center found that naming emotions and intentions rewires the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that governs focus and decision-making. That's why elite performers, from Navy SEALs to CEOs, keep a morning log or reflection book. They write what they will control, not what they will wish. 3. Clarity. After silence and reflection comes clarity, a weapon sharper than any motivation. Clarity tells you what to ignore, because without it, every distraction feels urgent. And so the morning becomes a mental briefing. This is the mission. These are the 3 tasks that move the needle. Everything else waits. Clarity turns chaos into command. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. 4. Mental conditioning habits. A strong mind doesn't wait for confidence. It creates it, and it does so through mental conditioning. Visualization. Not fantasy, but simulation. Athletes visualize movements not to dream, but to instruct the brain. Neuroscientists at the Cleveland Clinic found that visualizing a workout activated muscle fibers and improved strength by 13%, even without physical movement. When you see yourself succeed clearly, your brain rehearses victory. Reframing failure. Winners don't fear failure. They use it as feedback. A failed project becomes a pattern to study. A missed opportunity becomes a data point. Each reframe is a mental rep, shaping resilience neuron by neuron. Micro commitments. They set small, non-negotiable rules. Cold shower after workout. Journal before breakfast. Phone stays off until plan is written. Each small act of control reinforces a single identity. I am the kind of person who follows through. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior cements mindset. 5. The 3-step formula. Notice, reframe, act. This is how winners train their thinking in real time. Step 1. Notice. Catch the emotion before it catches you. Notice when your body tenses, your mind wanders, your thoughts spiral. Step 2. Reframe. Instead of "this is too much," say "this is training." Instead of "I can't do this," say "I'm learning how to." The mind's language defines its limits. Step 3. Act, move. Do one small action that brings order into chaos. Winners don't wait for motivation. They generate momentum. It's simple, but it's powerful, because clarity lives in movement. 6. The invisible hours. When the world is sleeping, they train. When the world complains, they build. When the world doubts, they double down. There's a reason Navy SEALs call the early hours the crucible. It's where weakness dies and resolve is born. It's not about perfection, it's about preparation. You can't control your environment, but you can control your conditioning. You can't stop chaos from coming, but you can make sure your mind is ready when it does. 7. Why mornings matter. Think of it this way. The morning is your mind's software update. Every day, your thoughts reboot. If you let them reboot with noise, you operate on distraction. If you reboot them with discipline, you operate on direction. That's why every top performer begins with order. The morning is not a time, it's a mindset checkpoint. It's where you either drift or decide. And so every winner's day begins not with what they want to do, but with what they need to become. They understand this truth. Before they conquer their goals, they conquer their mornings. Because while the world hits snooze, they sharpen their minds. While others chase comfort, they rehearse clarity. While others wake up hoping, they wake up deciding. The world belongs to those who train their thoughts before the world trains them. Because your mind doesn't wait for permission, it waits for direction. Now the question is, when tomorrow comes, will you be ready or will you be reacting? If this message lit a spark in you, don't let it fade. Like this video as your reminder that growth begins now. Share it to pass the fire forward and subscribe to this channel because your evolution isn't coming, it's already begun. Remember, your mind is the battlefield. Win it, and you win everything.